Kawhi Leonard scandal has become one of the biggest scandals in NBA history, sports history. It's involving Steve Ballmer, the aspiration co-industry. It's getting massive, and here we're talking about it today.
I can't believe we're sitting here talking about this when they put things in place to circumnavigate the salary cap essentially with the first and second apron. He wanted that and then some. We're talking about Kawhi Gate. There's a lot to unpack here. I hope you guys are ready. If you don't already have baseline knowledge, go watch the Pablo Torre video and come back and listen to this because that's what we watched to gain our information. So he blew this wide open. I don't know what type of research he was doing. Is Pablo Torre with the feds?
He was one of the
Maybe.
only guys investigating it in the
He
first
he was the
place.
only one investigating it. It leads me to think that maybe this happened in the past. Did LeBron go to South Beach and get paid? Who
I
knows?
believe so, but that's a different
Maybe.
story.
Who knows? Was there extra money involved with that? Because there's always been a strict cap in the NBA prior to the first and second apron. So really what happened is in 2021, when Kawhi Leonard re-signed with the Clippers for an extension, a supermax extension, he signed a not so straightforward contract that involved him not doing anything for $28 million over 4 years. That's an extra $7 million a year, which would make him the highest paid player in the NBA at that time, which happens to be illegal in the terms of the NBA and players
Well,
a collective bargaining agreement.
you gotta clear
So,
that up. It was a marketing deal with aspiration. He signed his deal with the Clippers, but the
mhm,
28 million came from a
a
weak ass company
no-show,
called
a
Aspiration.
no-show marketing deal. Yep.
Right,
This company
exactly.
was this was passed through from the NBA office. Adam Silver said he knew nothing about it, and he actually did sign off on the document that allowed this company to plant trees outside of their stadium. They got carbon credits from the government for money for their company, right? To plant
Mhm.
trees. They were charging the Clippers like $3 per tree.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Bro, did
but
you hear about this? I
yeah, I
don't.
did.
This
Yeah.
was like deep into one of the videos. I mean, they were raking money in like crazy for these trees, and it was going to KL2 LLC.
Yep. So
I want.
that's Kawhi
I wonder.
Leonard's
I wonder what that could
LLC.
be. Yep. I
So that's
wonder.
Kawhi Leonard's LLC, but the company Aspiration, it was a startup, and it was
Yep.
founded in 2019, the same year Kawhi started his first contract with
Yep.
the Clippers.
Yep. And people's livelihoods were at risk with this company. People were raising red flags to executives. Where's the money going? They were given 60 million and it was gone like that in that quarter. I don't know. That's a lot of money for a startup company. I don't know how you even blow through that much money. Oh, wait, they gave it to another millionaire. But that's neither here nor there. So this is all
Allegedly.
alleged. Yeah, this is all alleged, and this paperwork is damning at the least. I mean, it, you don't. It's not a court of law. It doesn't have to be conclusive. All there has to be
Right.
is any sort of guilt,
As
and
far as the NBA
there
is
could be
concerned.
punishment. Right, right, right. Not in a court of law.
Right.
What do you think the repercussions should be for this?
I mean, I think the NBA actually released a slight statement. Whether they didn't say whether there was evidence or
They said they
not, but
were
they were saying,
investigating into it. Yeah,
yeah, but they also stated that there could be loss of draft picks, the contract could be null and void, parts of it, future
that'd be
contracts
crazy,
could
bro.
have a restriction to them. I just think this is something the NBA could have never seen or predicted that it would have this big of an impact.
And they're making it try to go away. They're trying to downplay this issue.
Oh, absolutely.
And they're worried about people point shaving and making bets on their accounts or family members' FanDuel accounts. I think there's a lot more money at stake with this in terms of ratings and competitive parity and balance.
As far as
I
parity,
think that's a
yeah,
huge
absolutely.
issue. I was talking to somebody at work and he really didn't care about the competitive balance. I gave him the Dodgers for an example. Teoscar Hernandez signs there for $20 million, bro. He's a backup. He doesn't even play. He's a platoon player. But if there's no salary cap, bro, we're gonna see LaMelo Ball be a sixth man somewhere. Like that'd be
Well,
crazy.
well, that's why the NFL and NBA has always tried to put a restriction on these salary caps so it doesn't
Well,
end up like baseball, like the
we're
Dodgers.
looking at the sixth richest man in the world getting
Uh,
who was damn near the best player in the world at the time. And what's even crazier, the Clippers' minority owner, Dennis Wong, go look him up, guys. He's a rich person in a suit. He kicked in some money too to Kawhi Leonard.
allegedly.
And he's signing stuff from the Clippers. There's no alleged on that. Dennis Wong's name was in those papers that Pablo Torre put out. There's no alleged on that one. That's just as alleged as the whole situation, I
Uh,
guess.
for
It's
our
kind of crazy.
asses, it's alleged.
And then you got Kawhi Leonard's uncle whatever. Hang on, I'm not trying to throw Kawhi Leonard's family under the bus. The Uncle Dennis drama. Dennis Robertson was asking and facilitating the transfer of money between the Clippers, Steve Ballmer, Dennis Wong, and Kawhi. Why is his uncle doing the job of his agent? Dude, you're a top 10 player in the NBA when healthy.
Yeah.
That's just very sketch to me. I I don't know. I think Pick's got to be gone. I damn near think Kawhi Leonard might need to be canned from the league, bro. Like,
I think
I
maybe a suspension, but I don't. I
nah,
blame
man,
this
because
more on the ownership than I do the
the
like.
suspension would have to be 82 games.
Yes, I could see that. I'm just. This is more on the ownership and how they ruined the NBA for this kind of deal. Because Kawhi Leonard, I don't think I could ever blame a player for getting his bag. Just like how in the NFL, your career is short.
See,
You have to get your bag.
that's what my boy at work said. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can agree with that.
But that's why Kawhi Leonard in this situation is a separate entity. Like, yes, he should have. I
Well,
mean, he
yeah,
asked
he
for more
is.
money, and then the Clippers they gave it to him. The Clippers, the reason the NBA created the first and second apron was to prevent super teams from forming. It allowed a
Correct.
restriction on draft
From
picks you could
from
trade,
basically
contracts.
at that time, you have to think it was to stop Paul George from going to the fucking Celtics. Like,
Yeah.
right? Like, you just didn't want to see that happen. Didn't want to see certain players go certain places. Like,
So
i-
with
if we
Steve
were worried
Ballmer,
about the Chris Paul veto in 2010, which was before you were watching hoops, we were worried about competitive
I
balance
did
with
see
that.
that.
We're worried about competitive balance with that. We took away 5 draft picks from the same franchise in 2001 when they signed Joe Smith. And they got they got what I can't ink all over their hands. Mad ink from these contracts all over their hands. And you're telling me that the NBA is just investigating? They haven't found anything yet. Pablo Torre
Well,
gave them that manila folder. Get him out of the league.
I think they're trying to prolong this and keep it under wraps as long as possible
A
because
hundred percent.
this is years
Their
long.
ratings,
It's not like
their
it just
ratings
happened
are
this
down
year.
so much. One
Yeah.
hundred percent. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Yeah,
But it's like even to find a proper punishment for the Clippers, I mean, it went over years long. Like it's kind of difficult than just saying take away draft picks. How many?
you damn near had to chalk the franchise, bro. You give up 5 first round picks and Kawhi's gone. What do you have? You just gave up Norman
Maybe you,
Powell for nothing.
maybe you force Steve Ballmer to sell the team. Like they forced Dan Snyder out of the NFL because of all of his bull crap that he was going on. I just for Steve
That's
Ballmer to invest into Kawhi's LLC to get around the salary cap, this
is
changes
crazy. Is
what
insane.
teams are seen as.
It boils my blood, man. It pisses me off. I just like, how do you think Knicks fans feel? Did Donovan Mitchell get paid by the Cavs to go there?
It could open
Think
up
about
an
that.
entire
Think
bag of
about that.
worms.
The Knicks had the Knicks been being ethical this whole time, and that's why they haven't got a free agent. Is that crazy to say? Is that crazy to say? Like, think all of these free agents. Melo had no market trying to get traded from the Nuggets back in the day. He was only going to go to like the Knicks, the Heat, or the Hawks. It was all Eastern Conference teams. They were ass at the time. That's the only time they had any type of leverage ever in every free agent negotiation. KD didn't go. Donovan Mitchell didn't go. Shit, Jimmy Butler didn't go. Man, I if I was the Mavericks owner, whoever bro is, I don't know his name, but seventh richest person in the world.
Some white dude.
Hey, hey, Dorian Finney-Smith, you want to come back? Sign this minimum. I
Well,
got you with a $5 million no-show deal. Like what?
that's what can change. Like
That's crazy.
these NBA stars, they could have started taking team friendlier deals, just like
Eh,
shaved a couple million off.
think about Jalen Brunson, what he did. Everybody was looking at him like Robin Hood because he took his pay cut. Well, you know what?
Now, something like this, it has happened before with the Joe Smith case, Timberwolves, but You know more about it if you want to talk about it
Oh,
right
that was
now.
going to the Timberwolves.
Hmm.
So Joe Smith, yeah, I know a good bit about him from my team. So he was a career backup, pretty valuable guy. But I believe they got him for like shit, 15% of his contract before. It was pennies on the dollar. Number one pick out of Maryland didn't really pan out, but he was super valuable. But if they were willing to do something like that for a Joe Smith caliber player, I've always been a
Hmm.
lower on Kawhi than the consensus. He was damn near the best player in the world at the time. Top three, four, hands down. 2021, when he was healthy, when he re-signed this, he was elite. Top three small forward in the NBA, hands down.
Oh yeah, back in
But this is
2019,
what it took.
absolutely.
This is what it took to re-sign him. Did
Oh.
Paul George tweeting, "Give me what Kawhi got"? Did he know something? I think I said this in the PlayStation party the other day. Did he? Did he know that
Oh.
Kawhi signed this? And when you say Kawhi's not guilty at all for getting his bag, if his name is on that, he's guilty. He's just as guilty as Steve.
I don't know if he can be guilty though. I mean, he asked for more of a bag. Steve Ballmer, they shouldn't have not have given him the bag.
Lillard is sponsored by BioFreeze, right? I want to say, I'm not
Okay.
trying to get into his pockets, but they're on the jersey, right? BioFreeze is right here on the Portland Trailblazers jersey. He's getting 5 million a year, and he does a bunch of stuff for them. He's their main athlete. 5 million. I'm pretty sure Kawhi Leonard got two more than that. He did Jack. Nothing. That's crazy. That is crazy to me.
Well, yeah, going back to the Steve Ballmer, he said he was
Oh,
conned
I
by
can't hear.
the
Oh, there we go.
aspiration company. He said he was conned by the aspiration company and saying how
He
the
did.
allegations are
He did
absurd
say
and
that.
false. He said he thought he was investing in a legitimate business and not a scheme. After how since
Mhm.
2019 and you're still investing, I don't know how you wouldn't do.
Yeah,
You're a
the
billion dollar
company in
man.
total. So there was other money invested too on their books. The Pablo interviewed a person from the company, lost $700 million in 3 years. Bro, I don't care. You could have a startup donating stuff for no cost, and you can't run up $700 million. Genuinely, like
Right,
nonprofits don't even go through that much money. That's crazy.
as a billionaire investor, there's no way
Uh,
you didn't do research into the company you're investing in. Like they absolutely knew what they were doing with this.
especially linking it with something as large as an NBA team. They were a corporate sponsor of the Clippers.
Right.
Like, there's no way you were conned in this. You know where your money is going. At least I hope so. You're sixth in the world in that category, right?
Yeah, literally.
I don't know. This situation has a lot more to. There's probably going to be more paperwork.
Yeah.
Pablo's going to put out another video. He already had Mark Cuban on. I think you should go listen to that one. Cuban was on Steve Ballmer's side until about halfway through. And at one point, he was like, Steve Ballmer didn't know this was going on. He's an idiot.
Because as
Oh,
somebody who invests like Mark Cuban, you do research in the companies you're investing in. Like to say he got conned by a startup, I don't believe it.
yeah, I don't know. How much time are we at? I think that
We're
was good.
15.
You guys, let
Yeah.
us know down below. What do you think the repercussions should be? How many draft picks? Should it be into the future? Should there be a fine involved? You know, the NFL hands out fines like crazy. You know, you get that slip in
Mhm.
the morning. Amon St. Brown got one this morning. So you let us know down below. Is Kawhi cooked? Is Steve Ballmer cooked? Are the Clippers cooked? They might be.